it's your girl Starr Kraziness, and I'm coming to you with another review of Little Women ATL. But y'all, this episode right here, I'm telling you, it's getting real on this season. It's getting real. But let's go ahead and get into it. Don't mind the fan in the background. Like I said, it's been hot in Atlanta. I don't know what's been going on. You can see the heat rising from the concrete. That's how hot it has been. Okay, so bear with me. I'm so ready for the fall. Wear my little hats, my boots, but you know I'm doing my little headband thing right about now with my little afro puff or whatever. But yeah, y'all rocking with me, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we come back to the scene where Monty and Morlin, they having this argument. Morlin was like, look, Minnie helped me put that ring on your finger, okay? She helped me, you know, see what kind of style you might like, and that's how we got to where we at now. But she like, okay, you know I ain't rocking with Minnie now, so why would you even go behind my back? You're supposed to be on my side. But okay, I got something for that. Where this orange juice, where this toast, where this bacon, where these eggs. Now what? Go handle that, and you wear that, okay? What's up? What's really good? So she doing all that. She walked out the house for her to come. I guess she had to count 1, 2, 3 woosah and come back in, and they meet up like in the kitchen area. And she's saying, you know, really? And he was like, baby, this is supposed to be a pleasant breakfast in bed. And she was like, oh, well, it's not. The breakfast on you. How about that? And he was like, I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to, you know, upset you. It was just like, you know, I just felt you was being disrespectful. I don't want to hear all that, Morlin. I don't want to hear all that. Once again, you know the dynamics between me and Minnie. She doing her thing. She playing a dangerous game. And I'm not trying to be in it, okay? So that means if I'm not trying to be in it, you don't need to bring your biscuit butt on in it, okay? Now you're really making it difficult. But, all right, then. Baby, you forgive me. Yeah, I forgive you. Don't let this ish happen again. And then he was like, can you give me a hug? And she was like, not on this side. The side she calls is called monetize you. And that means she has rained on whatever liquid that's in her possession. So in that case, it was the orange juice. So she gave him a little splash on that. Okay, y'all know what I'm going with. Alright, so they hug it out or whatever, and she was like, just don't let it happen again, okay? Or you will be by yourself. So then we have Minnie and the twins. They talking, chit-chatting. Basically, they talking about what happened the other day at the winery. And was it, I think it was Amanda. Or was it Andrea? It was one of the twins. They asked, what do you think about that girl Melissa? And of course, you know, Minnie was like, girl, bye. Should nobody stand there, girl, you know, whatever. And then one of the twins was like, oh, it was the one who having the baby. She was like, you know, I didn't think I was gonna get a good impression of her, and I didn't. So it is what it is. I wasn't impressed. And how is she gonna try to pry up into our lives? Cause we I guess basically making her job a little better than ours. We ain't stripping. We ain't taking off no clothes. We just, you know, shaking a little some, okay? But we ain't taking off nothing. We just twerking, alright? But it is what it is. Then, one of the sisters, they was like, so, what y'all think about Juicy being the maid of honor? And here go Minnie. Once again, lost for the sauce, like she done lost her owner, or the owner done lost his puppet. She gonna say, you know what? I'm happy for Monty and Morlin, but it was freaked up how she did me. I mean, she clearly said she didn't freak with you, but like I said in my last review, Monty, you should have been up front with her. You should have just said, we can be cordial, but we'll never be friends again. Not this, okay, we can work on stuff, knowing damn well you didn't want to be 2 feet around that girl. You should just say, let's just be cordial. But friendship, nah, can't even do that no more. But she was saying how that was a slap in the face, because she went out with her now fiance, picking out this ring supposed to be for her best friend, and then out of all the people Money, she want to choose Juicy to be her maid of honor. Then Money and not Money, Juicy and Minnie, they had their little thing with Minnie, Mama Bell, let's just say that Mama Bell coming up there with this, doing her little throwing the chicken wings and stuff. I'm like, people just want to throw food on here. Food is to be eaten, not thrown at people. Okay, just saying. Damn, he wasting food. Shit. We'll see. I'm getting upset already. You see it's coming out, y'all. But okay. So then, what is it? One of the twins was like, you see how she was trying to throw it up in your face, girl? And here go Minnie, yeah, like, did she want a cookie or something? That's the only thing she gonna do, because she'll never be a bride. She'll always be a bridesmaid. I was like, girl, if you don't sit yourself, I don't see you dangling a ring anywhere. Damn, we can't even get Pastor Troy to say he was with you. We can't even get Pastor Troy to be like, look, yeah, we can be in a committed full relationship. No, he said he got to go on tour, but he's still there for you. He one call away if you need anything. But other than that, he can't be in a committed relationship. So how dare you even do that? And many, I'm going to get on that, especially towards the end of this review. Because that how you was acting toward Money, just because, and I truly believe what she said, that you was being jealous because you didn't get the maid of honor title. But it's cool though. It's cool. All right. But she gonna later say deep down inside, I want to smack the ish out of her. Who was you gonna do that to? Okay, but you didn't do it. All right, so we ain't gonna get on that. So Money and Morlin, they go back to Shane's company. I'm thinking she's trying to switch the ring out, but in actuality, she's just trying to get her ring resized, because Morlin didn't really too much look. He ain't been looking at the girl hands lately, because she talking about she got smart. You getting this big old ring and it's just slipping and sliding. So she get in there and she was like, ooh, looking at all these rings or whatever. And he was like, yeah, we came here and stuff. And she was like, well, if you had good taste, you wouldn't have brought Minnie with you. We wouldn't have to be going through all of this or whatever. And I'm like, oh, girl, bye. So now, since she's seeing these other rings, she's talking about, I'm going to need an upgrade. I'm like, girl, you probably... He taking care of all the bills and stuff, and then he got you this ring. Lord knows how much that put him back. And then, you've been doing some shiesty stuff lately. Let's see if y'all still get married after the reunion, But anyway, so then she goes over to the young lady, and they size her for her ring, and so she find out that she's a size 4, and that's what ring size she'll be getting. So then Money bring up how she ain't gonna get married unless her daddy and brother approve it, but mostly her daddy. And he's like, hold up, baby, wait a minute. Now no, your dad is not going to approve it, because he don't think, no dude is good for you, especially the dudes you done dated in the past, And that's what any daddy, a good daddy, they don't think nobody, you will never be good enough for my baby girl type thing. So, no. But she love you, whatever. You better treat her right, or I'm going to be knocking at the door on that. All right, do you hear me? So, but her daddy, he was hard on Morlin. He was hard. But then she goes to say, well, look, I hear what you're saying, baby, but you didn't do it right. Initially you're supposed to ask the parents, or whoever that young lady is close to or whatever, that was be able to walk down the aisle with, for their hand in marriage, they blessing. And she was like, well, if that can't happen, we can't get married. It is what it is, because I respect and I want that. I'm going to need my dad's approval, or me and you can't do it. I'm sorry. You're going to have to be returning the ring back. It is what it is, player. So he was like, you know what, go ahead and set that up. I'm going to do it, baby. I'm going to do it. But he's skeptical on the situation, but, he loved himself some money, so he go ahead and do it. So then we get the twin FaceTiming. The twins, they're FaceTiming. So come to find out, Andrea, she ends up getting rushed to the hospital because she started having contractions, and they were 10 minutes apart. So she had to go to the hospital. While all of this is going on, her and Chris are fussing about who knows what. This is what, her sister is saying. They took it from the house all the way to the hospital, to where it got so bad they had to they had to kick Chris out of the hospital because he didn't know how to act. So, what is it? Amanda, she was like, is he still over there? He's still there or whatever. And the sister's like, trying to talk in secret because who knows what he probably was telling her on the other end. So she was like, I'm surprised you let him back in. And her sister was like, you know why I let him back in. And then we further know that because he was being loud. And he was reeking of alcohol, y'all. Alcohol. Your baby is almost about to have your baby. And you what? I cannot. So then what is it? They get into like a little fuss fight about the situation, and her sister just hang up on her, and Amanda like, did she just hang up? So she talking to her boyfriend Jordan. He over there looking like a roly-poly, talking about something. She grown, baby, let her do what she want to do. She grown enough to make her decisions, even though half her decisions are bad as hell, but it is what it is. I'm like, look who talking. Like, you ain't squeaky clean, player. You are not squeaky clean. So, she crying. I get it when you really trying to help somebody, especially if they close to you, especially as a sister or basically in a sibling, and they just not looking at the bigger picture. Like, he putting more stress on you. You are having a baby, and you can easily have it too early because of, all the complications it can go on being a little person. And I get basically he was mad because they was talking about they might had to deliver the baby sooner. Like, that's not her fault, Chris. She can't help it. If Aubrey wants to come out, she wants to come out. Like, you can't even get mad at the baby. Like, oh Lord, did he got a job now? That's what I want to know. Did he got a job now? He need to take that Emily boyfriend his exit. Like, I gotta go to work. Okay, yes, go to work, cause you getting on my damn nerves. Not just being inconsiderate. All right. So from there, we just leave from there, cause I feel like I'm. Let's just get off. Okay. So then we got Emily and Bree. Bree calls Emily to check up on her to see how JJ doing. And as we all know, JJ has passed away. Once again, my prayers and condolences go out to you, Emily, and your family, as well as you and your boyfriend. So, come to find out, we thought, JJ was doing pretty good, but now they're talking about he's developed, his progression is, getting not better like we thought it was going to be. So, they're saying if he stayed in the hospital even longer with the machine he's on, he might be in the hospital for another, 2 more months. And I'm like, oh, damn. So, or she has the option of doing a trach surgery for the, throat. But that has to put a tube through the throat. And I'm like, what the, oh, this little boy, poor baby. Poor baby. There's so much going on. And so, of course, her boyfriend, he like, he fine, he good, just have faith. We ain't gotta do all that. And I can see, you don't want your baby to go through that, but if that's supposed to help him, because if they get the trach surgery, then he'll be able to get out of the hospital much sooner than 2 months. I think she said he could get out of the hospital within 6 weeks. So, but that was just an emotional scene for me. This whole thing with Emily and her baby JJ is just so emotional. So, yeah, we're just gonna get on off of that. So then we're back with Morlin and Money. It's the day that her brother and dad supposed to arrive. So they finally get there. She excited, whatever. Hey, daddy. So they come on in, scoping out the place. What is it? The dad said, "Okay, I see you. You're doing some good for yourself. That's what's up." And then he noticed, Morlin. Wait a minute, you living here? And Morlin was like, "Yes, sir, I am." He was like, "Oh, okay. When did this happen?" Like, why did this happen? Let me start off there. And so Morlin further goes to say, well, Money, she quit her job so she could focus more on working on her craft, because I think she wants to be a voiceover person. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what is she doing with that? I'm still lost on that, but okay. And the daddy looking like, oh, okay, go on. So Morlin was like, well, I'm holding down the fort, I'm paying for everything. I just decided, I'll just be going ahead and be that sole provider, and we're gonna rock it out like that. Okay. And he was like, well, that's enough. Daddy was like, hold up, what's enough? Like, how much is enough? Because I need to know some figures. I don't need your word, I need to know some figures. He was like, well, I think I'm going to use the restroom. And then bro over there, he was like, don't be scared now, player. Don't be scared now. Then they made fun of poor Morlin trying to get up the steps. The stepdad was like, because that's actually her stepdad, but that's her dad in her eyes. So the dad was like, 10-4, get up them steps. Come on, get it on up. And just making fun of the boy, like, daddy, you ain't fit like that. Come on now. Don't act like you a fitness instructor, okay? Talking about Paul Morlin. He's doing the best he can, especially with your crazy daughter doing all this extra stuff she be doing. But so he goes, after he started getting off him, she was like, really, daddy, come on. And he just like, he really don't know him. So what you really want him to say? Pretty much. So then Morlin come back down and they have their little talk, and then she was like, oh, excuse me, she wanted her dad and brother to meet her friends. So she was like, well, let's go out for drinks and stuff, and I'll invite my friends and we can all just have a good time, and you get to know them or whatever. He was like, cool, okay. So they end up leaving, and then she was like, Morlin, you didn't ask. Why you didn't ask? And he was like, it just wasn't an appropriate time, but I'm going to definitely ask. I'm going to ask, baby. I'm going to ask. I got you. So then we get to the twins again. After they released Andrea from the hospital, the doctor said she needs to be on bed rest. She don't need to be doing extra stuff. She needs to be in that bed, okay? So Amanda, she goes over there to check up on the sister, and then after that, they just start going at each other like, Chris don't care about you. Are you serious? How many times Jordan done did this and blah blah? Just going at each other like, I'm here for you. When he leave, who here? I am, which is true now. He is not gonna be. They was just going in like. It just got to the point where the sister, Andrea, was like, you know what, look, get out, I can't take it. So, next thing I know, Amanda walking out, then she just burst into tears. Like, this girl, the tears be rolling on this episode. So, she go back to where her and her boyfriend share a place, and he said, come on, baby, what's wrong? Get on up. Get up on the sofa. And she was just saying, I'm just so pissed. My sister won't listen to me. I'm trying to tell her that all this stuff is going on with Chris is adding more stress to her as well as the baby, which might, in case, be trying, Aubrey, I don't like all that stuff going on, so she be like, let me out, type thing. That's why she might be having all these damn contractions, all this yelling and stuff they got going on, but we ain't gonna go there. And then here go Jordan talking about some, yeah, you know what, y'all just doing too much. I just can't be around it, She grown as hell, Amanda. I don't know why you really worrying about it. It's her life. Let her do what she gonna do. She gonna learn in the end, you know. So just focus on you, you know, baby. It ain't. I'm like, okay, Jordan. Okay. So we leave from there. Then we have the dad, Monty daddy meet the friends / we back at it again with Morlin. So what is it? It's Morlin, the brother, Monty, and her dad, and they talking, and then the daddy was like, you know, real. What he said? You had to be a man to drink whiskey. I guess you have to be a real man. You have to drink whiskey. I'm like, okay, all right. So thank goodness Juicy came to break up that whole, because it looked like it was about to get serious, you know, up in that conversation. Okay, so she came. Then we had who we had come. We had the twins come. Well, no, Juicy gonna say, oh, her brother looks like a tall glass of water. Somebody might be thirsty. I'm like, ain't he how young than you? Like, how old are you, Juicy? I know he got to be twice as younger than you. But anyways, so then we got the twins coming. Then we got Bree. She came. And then last but certainly not least, we got Mama Bear, aka Minnie. And she, you know, look, I give it to Minnie. She be dressing so cute or whatever, hairstyle, everything, style wise, she cute. She got it on flick. But that dang attitude, oh girl, like I said, I'm gonna get on you. So they all just, you know, talking, socializing. Then Juicy, she was like, you know, I want to know the dynamics between you and your brother, because, you know, I got a sibling and we be going back and forth and stuff. And he was just, you know, giving some background. And he started saying how Monty, she used to get picked on. And then it went to a whole nother subject, like everybody sharing their stories of how they got picked on. We had one of the twins, how she said 2 girls picked her up and one took this in, the other took that in, was just swinging her. I was like, good gosh, whew, all of this, Lord, I'm like, people, we got to wake up. We have to wake up. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Everybody's not gonna be the same, but we need to respect each other. Respect, okay? So then we had Juicy. She was like, you know, yes, I talked a lot of trash, but that they wasn't about to see your girl sweat. Yeah, they picked on me and this and that, but I was not about to let them get under my skin. I wasn't gonna let them see me cry. If anything, I was gonna fight back, and then when I got home, I probably shed some tears, but it wasn't gonna go down like that. You know, I'm too, you know, I'm like, okay, girl, sit down, okay. Then we got Jordan over here. He going to say, you know, how he feels bad because when he might be going out with Amanda, people be making fun of her, and he just feels so hurt by it. Then he broke down in tears. I was like, this is just too emotional. I thought this was supposed to be congratulations on the wedding coming up. Like, it was just getting too emotional, and everybody was just sharing their stories. Then we got on a tangent about being, what type of dwarfism are you? And we got Minnie and the twins. They all 3 of them are Akon, and what's her name? She said, I forgot what dwarfism she said she was. And then we got the Money, and she said she don't know what type of dwarfism she is. You what? How you don't know? That's how they all was like, really? You didn't want to get tested? I just never wanted to get tested. I just knew I was short and, you know, not the same height as, you know, average female, but, you know, I just never really took the time to go get tested or whatever, you know. And the dad, he took her side and was just saying this and that, but it didn't sit, of course it wasn't gonna sit well with Minnie, her crazy self. So then from that, we just gonna switch some gears. We got Juicy. She gonna try to make a toast, basically congratulating Morlin and Money on the engagement. I was like, oh wow, damn. And when she did that, the daddy's like, say what? Wait, what? Then we have Morlin like, oh damn, what? Dang, Juicy, why you had to open your mouth? As well as Monty, she like, why she had to open her mouth. That was for Morlin to open his mouth about, step up, be a man, woo, woo, type thing. And the dad was like, look, you ain't got my blessing. Because first of all, I barely know you. I don't know if you can take care of my baby girl. Are you serious? And then he was like, Morlin, it was just an embarrassing moment for Morlin all around. He was like, I'm just trying to keep it real with you, come 100. He tried to shake her daddy's hand. He said, no, player, we ain't shaking no hands over here. Nah, once again, I told you, I don't know you like that. So then Monty had to say, Daddy, let me talk to you outside. So they get outside, and she was like, look, I love this man, he want to marry me, this and that. And Daddy like, okay, that's all good and well, but I don't see no success in his life. And I'm like, hold up, player, wait a minute now. The man is taking care of your daughter as well as the household. He making sure everything good. So let's not just jump to, oh, I don't see no success in his life. And he was like, he's living with you, remember? Okay, but he sacrificed that, having his own place, because he wanted to be with your daughter, and he wanted your daughter to do her career that she wants to do and not just work these odd-end jobs to make some money. So I congratulate you on that, Morlin. A lot of men ain't gonna do that out here. Okay? But of course the daddy, ain't nobody good enough for my baby girl type thing. You know how dads be. And she was like, I feel like you don't trust me. You should be able to trust my decision, and then just see, like, give the brother a chance. So after he saw she was, very sincere and just broke down crying about the situation, it looked like he shedded a tear too. And he was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give him a chance. Cool. We're going to see what he's working with. All right. So then we get off that. Then we get to Emily and what's her name? Her boyfriend's sister. Since, JJ been in the hospital or whatever, she been having her boyfriend's sister help her out with her baby girl. So she was just basically telling her how JJ has to have this surgery and it's gonna get done, but her boyfriend, I think it's Montel, needs to be more supportive of the situation. And she goes to ask, how do you think he's gonna feel about this whole surgery? Is he gonna be a yes on it type thing? And the sister's like, he ain't gonna go for that. He in his mind, he just saying he gonna be fine, this and that, and that's what it's gonna be. And Emily was like, look, it done got to a point where it's kind of like life or death, or do you want to see your baby always in the hospital? Okay. And she was like, at the end of the day, I'm his mom, and I know what's best for him. And if that's the case, if we have to do this surgery, we gonna do this surgery, and he just gonna have to suck it up, okay? But like I said, the sister said, I don't think he gonna go for that. I don't know, but you need to go ahead and tell him before you try to just go ahead and do the thing, and he just find out some other way. So hopefully she told him if they actually did get the surgery done. So then we got Minnie's bright idea, getting everybody together and doing like a group type. I thought it was water rafting, but it wasn't that. She just wanted to float on the Chattahoochee River. I'm like, okay, girl. So everybody get there. First we had the twins, they boyfriends, and Minnie. Then we had Juicy coming up here, and she was like, ugh, got me out here half naked. Who idea was this? And Minnie was like, me. I should have figured. So then we got Bree. Oh, she come in, and then we have Monty and what's his name? Morlin. Trucking on in, and basically they was outside talking like, look, basically half of them can't swim. Well, all of the little people can't swim. So don't be trying to throw me over in the water, cause I'm gonna be bloop 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 going down. Okay, so don't be trying to do that. Look, cause if that's the case, we all going down. Okay, and Juicy definitely made it a point. Don't do that ish, or everybody is going down. Okay. So then they go try on some vests. Then we get to the little. I don't even know what. Minute, where did you get this idea from? You know y'all small. But they get like these little floaty things, like what you sit in. I don't know how to describe it, but it was so bad. What was it, Juicy? She couldn't get in it. She was like, "Oh, I'm about to go." Like, she literally, once she got into the float, the thing was just moving like that. Like, if she just had any other, if somebody could just do her like that, she would just flop back in the water. Same thing with Minnie, so they had to get her another size floaty so she can float on. I'm like, okay. So they all, cracking jokes or whatever. They having good time, taking pictures, doing a little video here and there and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, Morlin just want to go push Minnie over in the water. So he pushed her, and then, what's her name? Monty was like, yeah. I knew Morlin was going to stir up some trouble, so thank goodness it was Minnie. I was like, y'all two really need to just fight it out and be done, because I'm just tired of this. Y'all just doing too much. So this is the part where I'm going to probably get on. Well, no, it ain't even probably. I am going to get on Minnie. Okay. So after they finish floating on, playing around in the water, they go to where they can go get them some talk and get the grub on, get a little munch here and there. So Minnie decides she wants to start a conversation off with, did you ever go get tested? And I would have said, did you ever fix the lies you done told? I don't think so. Okay, we haven't. Alright, so no, hell no, I ain't go to get tested. Damn, why are you asking me these questions? What does it matter to you? But she just said, no, I haven't had time and this and that. And she was like, oh, well, Minnie was like, oh, well, don't you, feel weird being around us and stuff like that? And she was like, how would I feel weird? I've been around y'all, a lot of times. And, like, where is this coming from? So, she gonna talk about what she said. She was like, do you think you are a little person? What the hell kind of question is that? Well, she was like, well, when I go to the store, I'm need help getting stuff. When I'm in my house, I still gotta get like on a little step stool to get up the stuff. So yeah, I might have a little longer arms, longer legs compared to y'all, but I'm still little in my height. Okay. Well, I mean, everybody here done got tested for their dwarfism, so I just think you should go do it. And then she was just going off. She was just really just pissing me off, and I wasn't even the one she was talking to. I'm just like, damn, shut the hell up, fix your own problems. Damn, so stay. You just mad because you are not the maid of honor, okay? And that's all it is. That's what I would have told her. I would have kicked the realness to her. Look, you just mad because you not my maid of honor. You mad because I chose somebody you couldn't stand at a point in time over you. Am I right? Am I okay? So I'm gonna need you to shut all this issue down, because we would still be cool if you didn't lie to me in the first get-go. How about that? And I had to get all up in her face, and she thinks she gonna jump at me sideways, okay? But then, Juicy, she took it upon herself, like, look, now it's 14 different kinds of dwarfism out there. If she ain't ready to get tested, she gonna get tested. And when you do get tested, girl, call me, because I want to be there, for support, and also, just so she can find out if she really is a little person. Juicy ain't she ain't fooling nobody, but I love her because she just being her. And she's like, yeah, okay, girl, okay. And then here go Minnie. We can all see that you are a little person, Juicy, but Money, she ain't even a little person. She's short. And Money was like, I didn't know it had to be a height requirement to be considered a little person. And then here go Manny. How tall are you? And I think what she said. Money said 5. I mean not 5. Ooh Lord no. 4 or 5. And everybody like, oh, I don't know about all that. You know, trying to be like questioning Money. Like, what? Wait a minute. Hold your brakes. Pump them. At that, you've been hanging around this lady how long, and her height has not been any type of problem. So, but now, since Minnie's saying it, and I just think because Minnie and her feelings, she feel like she need to be the leader of the group again, because you know I guess she feel like she been dethroned. We're supposed to be a group of friends, a group. We are not your little peasants or anything that you can just talk to any kind of way. And once again, you have no room to talk. I'm gonna need you to shut that all the way down. Okay, and you supposed to be working on our friendship, but you coming down my back. Okay. Just saying. So we get off that, and then what is it? Mine just got to a point. She was like, okay, so you found out what kind of type of dwarfism are you? Did that make you any taller? Did that grow you up a size? And Minnie was like, no. Okay then. So what's the problem? Why is all this coming from you? You know? I just want to know, because you're not even a little person, so you shouldn't even be hanging around this group. Hold up. This is why you getting so much chip chap. And people want to beat your butt because of that doggone mouth. Minnie. And what's coming out of it. How you going to tell somebody they can't be a part of a group? Like you discriminating against your own kind. And as people, we need to stop doing that. And I see that a lot in the black community, where somebody might get a position somewhere and you got haters just because, I mean, you don't even know that person's situation, why they getting promoted or anything. You just jumping like, why she gotta get it? What did she do? Maybe she has the education to move up. Maybe she has the qualifications, how about that, to move up. Like, I mean, especially women, we just be dogging our own selves. Like, we're supposed to be helping each other out. But back to this, you know, I'm getting off a tangent, but Minnie, are you serious? You was just boo-hooing, crying how you felt like you needed your friend, you lost your friend, this and that, and now you trying to play her like that? Are you serious? Get it together, boo. But Monty did say, and she addressed this to the whole group. So you need a form of dwarfism to hang out with y'all. Is that what you're telling me? I think that's what they're trying to say, Monty. You need some type of dwarfism to hang out with them. Discriminating. I'm just discrimination at its best. Okay. Check this out. If that's what it is, Amanda, do you feel like I need a sort of dwarfism to hang around with y'all? Amanda didn't say a damn thing. She just look around the table. Okay. Alright. Cool. Deuces. When Deuces came, Morlin was picking up his stuff like, yeah, baby girl, let's go, because they tripping. I don't know what the hell we done got ourselves into. Yep, because this little crazy little chick over here, she done lost her damn mind. I'm telling you. People just... But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. In my word of my words of advice is be respectful, people. You want respect, you have to earn it. Give me respect, I will give you respect back. Simple as that. Okay? But don't jump stupid, because I can jump stupid right with you. Okay? So just leave it at that. Okay? But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. What? Got engaged and you trying to talk about a prenup, you know, it's a lot of pressure. You know, that can end and break somebody. And we done seen it plenty times before. We bring out this prenup. Wait a minute, you don't trust me? You think I'm only here for your money? You know, type. Then I'm trying to think, Ray J,